It's been a while since we posted our cool narratives here, and that's because bringing content like this to you guys takes quite a lot of research. So, today we're just going to skip the usual introductions about the James Webb Space Telescope and go straight to the point. What Webb is revealing right now is nothing short of astonishing. The discoveries are pushing the limits of what modern astronomy thought it understood, which we can't emphasize on enough, and we may be standing at the edge of a scientific turning point. Recent observations have uncovered something completely unexpected in the early universe, findings so surprising that they are forcing scientists around the world to question the very foundations of the standard cosmological model. In what can only be described as an unprecedented discovery, astronomers have identified a mysterious structure buried deep within the infant universe. If you're any doubt about how significant these new images are, I wish you could be in this room, because around me are the scientists, the astrophysicists, the cosmologists who really understand how they've changed our view of the universe. According to the conventional model of cosmology, the universe began about 13.88 billion years ago with the Big Bang, and has been expanding ever since. For the sake of this discussion, let's follow that framework. Expansion means that massive cosmic objects are steadily moving away from one another. This is why the galaxies beyond our Milky Way are receding from us through space. To determine how far away a galaxy lies, astronomers rely on a measurement known as cosmological redshift. Simply put, the higher the redshift, the farther that galaxy is from Earth. Because light takes time to travel, observing extremely distant galaxies is like peering back in time. The farther the galaxy, the earlier the moment in cosmic history we are witnessing. And this is where the real mystery begins, because something about what we are now seeing doesn't quite add up. Light traveling from the farthest galaxies is stretched as it journeys through expanding space, shifting into infrared wavelengths that the human eye cannot see. The Hubble Space Telescope can observe ultraviolet to near-infrared light, which is why it struggled to detect extremely distant galaxies. One of its rare successes was JWST 11, a galaxy seen as it existed about 13.44 billion years ago, just 400 million years after the Big Bang, with a red shift of 10.957. JWST 11 once led astronomers to believe that only a handful of galaxies existed beyond redshift 11. Then came the James Webb Space Telescope. Unlike Hubble, is built to see deep into the infrared, exactly the range needed to detect galaxies at red shifts of 11 and higher. Once Webb turned its powerful eyes toward the cosmos, a dramatically different picture began to unfold. From the depths of cosmic time emerged dozens of galaxies that may be among the earliest ever formed. Using Webb's first observations, astronomers searched for galaxies with extremely high red shifts, signals that these systems formed far earlier than previously imagined. What they found was astonishing. NASA identified several galaxies that appear to have existed just 200 to 300 million years after the Big Bang. Soon after, Webb detected what was then considered the oldest known galaxy, Galaxies 13, at a redshift of 13.2, formed only about 300 million years after the universe began. The sheer number of galaxies appearing so early in cosmic history has forced scientists to reconsider long-standing ideas about how and when galaxies formed. According to the lead astronomer from the University of Missouri, these discoveries suggest that galaxies may have emerged much earlier and in far greater numbers than anyone had expected. And just as the scientific world was still reeling from these findings, yet another primordial galaxy appeared, one that existed a mere 390 million years after the Big Bang. So, what exactly did astronomers uncover in the latest images from the James Webb Space Telescope? In recent weeks, Webb has delivered a series of astonishing discoveries that are shaking up long-held ideas about how the earliest galaxies formed after the Big Bang. Naturally, people are fascinated not just by the breathtaking images but by what they truly mean. The big question everyone is asking is simple. What has Webb revealed that we didn't already know? And the answer is striking. The first galaxies did not grow the way scientists had predicted, and right now no one is entirely sure why those early models missed the mark. Adding to the intrigue, Webb has now unveiled yet another remarkable mystery from the early universe. The European Consortium GTO team recently announced the detection of an extraordinarily red object, one that had gone unnoticed in most deep near-infrared surveys the team encountered while searching for extremely faint sources in Webb's latest images. The faint objects are critical because distant galaxies emit so little light that they appear dim and unusually red when captured by Webb's sensitive instruments. During this search, researchers stumbled upon a source so red and faint that previous telescopes simply couldn't see it. Scientists believe it could be among the most distant objects ever discovered, although nearby objects can sometimes appear faint due to obscuring dust clouds. That explanation has already been ruled out. The object also appears extended and has remained fixed in the same position for over a year, eliminating the possibility that it is a brown dwarf within our own galaxy. Now, its true identity remains unknown. In a recent scientific paper, researchers proposed three possible explanations. At first, they considered that it might be a dust-rich dwarf galaxy, located about 4 to 5 billion light-year. But further analysis has made this scenario increasingly unlikely. Another possibility considered by researchers was that the mysterious object might be a distant dust-shrouded galaxy that existed 1 to 2 billion years after the Big Bang. However, this explanation has also been largely dismissed. Instead, is the third proposal that has captured the most attention, one that scientists now believe is the most plausible. Their paper, the researchers suggest that this enigmatic object may belong to a newly emerging class of galaxies that share the same unusual characteristics as the recently discovered small red galaxies revealed by the James Webb Space Telescope. What makes this possibility truly extraordinary is its estimated red shift of z equals 15, placing the object at just 100 million years after the Big Bang. If this interpretation is confirmed, it would represent the most distant and oldest galaxy ever observed, forcing astronomers to rethink what they know about the early universe. The small red dot galaxies have already baffled scientists because they appear far more massive and luminous than current cosmological models predict. Now, the appearance of an object even farther back in time threatens to deepen this mystery. Under the standard cosmological model, galaxies were not expected to form so early. Yet, recent discoveries tell a very different story. One newly identified galaxy dating back roughly 13 billion years seems to have formed well before the era when massive halos of dark matter were supposed to trigger galaxy formation. Astonishingly, ancient system contains more stars than the Milky Way, despite emerging just 800 million years into the universe's 13.8 billion-year history. These findings suggest that some galaxies may have formed without the dark matter seeds, long believed to be essential, posing a profound challenge to our current understanding of how the universe came to be. Scientists are now grappling with a profound question: how could such Massive galaxies have formed so early in cosmic history without the amount of dark matter believed to be necessary to trigger galaxy formation? Claudia Logos, Associate Professor of Astronomy at the International Center for Radio Astronomy Research, explains that the presence of extremely massive galaxies in the infant universe poses a serious challenge to the standard cosmological model. According to current theory, the large, dark matter structures required to bind early galaxies together simply would not have had enough time to form at that stage. To make sense of how these galaxies could appear so early, researchers are being pushed to think beyond the traditional Big Bang framework. For now, most explanations remain speculative. Some venture into philosophical territory, proposing the idea of a designer, while others stay within theoretical physics, exploring concepts such as the multiverse, where countless parallel universes may exist, or cyclic models in which the universe undergoes endless cycles of birth, collapse, and rebirth. Adding another thought-provoking perspective, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Roger Penrose has suggested that our universe may have been preceded by another, although his proposal remains controversial among cosmologists. It has captivated philosophers of science because it challenges conventional notions of cause and effect and opens new ways of thinking about the origin of the cosmos. As the James Webb Space Telescope approaches the final phase of its primary science mission, astronomers are eagerly anticipating even more remarkable discoveries, findings that may finally illuminate when, how, and why our universe came into existence. And with that, we wrap up today's episode. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the journey through the early universe.